Thank you for logging on to this broadcast of high school sports on WellsCountyVoice.com. Be sure to thank the sponsors you hear throughout the game and use their products and services, because without their support, this broadcast wouldn't be possible. This is the 10th year that WellsCountyVoice.com has been bringing you the finest in high school sports coverage, and we thank you for your continued support. Now, sit back and enjoy the game.
Welcome back to the Tiger Den as the Bluffton Tigers try to put back-to-back wins together. They knocked off the South Adams Starfires last night, and they'll try to return back home and take on the Eagles of Delta. Delta has put up a couple victories already this afternoon. Freshman team took care of the Tigers 39-29, JV 41-26. See if the varsity can control this Eagles lineup. Got the pleasure to be joined by Marcus Morgan and Michael Vanderkolk tonight, or I should say this afternoon, and hopefully tonight as well, as the girls will be at Southern Wells taking on the Lady Raiders. Let's take a quick timeout and be right back with your starting lineups in just a minute.
At Pizza Hut in Bluffton, it's hard to go wrong with a classic. Get a large 2-topping pizza for only $7.99 by ordering online now. Delivery minimum and fees may apply. Or try the $5 lineup menu. When you try 2 or more of a medium 1-topping pizza, bone-out wings, Cinnabon mini rolls, only $5 each when you buy 2 or more. Or if you don't know what to get for takeout tonight, Pizza Hut in Bluffton has made that easy with their dinner box. Select which freshly prepared medium 1-topping pizza you want and get 5 breadsticks with marinara dipping sauce plus 10 cinnamon sticks with icing, all in one convenient box. Pizza Hut, 628 North Main Street in Bluffton. Indiana Physical Therapy is your trusted choice in Northern Indiana. For 30 years, we have treated all walks of life, from peewees to professionals and Olympians and everyone in between. As a patient, you can schedule at any of our 18 conveniently located clinics without a doctor's order, and we communicate with your physician throughout your treatment. IPT is a cost-effective therapy provider who accepts all insurance plans. We offer the highest credentialed and most reputable staff in the area. We're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and can schedule you the same day you call. You can find one of our 18 Indiana Physical Therapy locations near you. Choose IPT to get back to work, life, and play today. Celebrating 30 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
Welcome back to WellsCountyVoice.com. The 3-0 Delta Eagles taking on the 1-1 Bluffton Tigers. Mark Detweiler in his second year at Delta. He's got an overall record of 21-7 at Delta. He's got 21 years of head coaching experience, 256 wins to 200 losses. Coach Benedict in his third year at Bluffton, 16-34 so far with the Tigers, 288 wins in 27 years of head coaching experience. That is pushing 400 wins, guys. That's pretty impressive.
That is definitely an impressive feat for Coach Benedict. Hopefully with the improvement that the Bluffton Tigers have shown from last year to this year already in the young season, that maybe he can get to that benchmark this year.
Crossover this year, that'd be awesome. Second ratings, Delta comes in with a second rating of 72.3. They're 32nd in Class 3A. Bluffton is at 56.5. They're 66th in Class 2A. The last outing, Delta really took care of Cowan 78-29, and the Tigers knocked off the Starfires 65-34, and that's a nice start to the conference. A 65-34 win against the Starfires in a place that you guys know very well is often really tough to play in, and the Starfires, regardless of where you play them, are always scrappy.
I think the Starfires Gymnasium, I would forget what it's called, but it's always one of the toughest places to play. I know we had plenty of tough contests over there, despite us having much more successful seasons in South Adams in those years. They always played us toe-to-toe, and it was always a fight. So good to see that first win.
Yeah, and I don't know about Michael, but for me, I know being there, you know, having to play at their place my senior year, their atmosphere can be electrifying and kind of intimidating, you know, in certain stages. So, yes, being there and the Tigers getting that win there is pretty big. So
It's also an arena that we often see us go to for sectional play.
yeah, exactly. Yep.
And for you guys, when you go there for a sectional contest, does that make it even more difficult? I mean, is that an arena you just kind of dread to go to for a game of that magnitude?
For me, for my experiences, my junior year we played sectionals at home, and then senior year we were at South Adams. I felt a lot more pressure at home, just in front of the home crowd. And then when we got to South Adams, it felt a little bit more relaxing.
Interesting.
From my own perspective, and we had.
So for you, there really wasn't a home court advantage in sectionals.
It was a lot of pressure, especially going up against a man like Deshaun Thomas that year as a
Well,
senior.
yeah, no, that's a little bit. That's a little bit of pressure. How about you, Marcus? Would you rather be at home for a sectional?
Oh, I'd definitely rather be at home. You know, you got that comfortability of like halftime. I'm going into my locker room. I'm in front of my friends and family. So I think it's more exciting, and that comfortability being at home is big for me.
So a nice win against the Starfires, 65-34. They're coming off a loss against Blackford, which I thought the Tigers played okay. I mean, they ran up against a tough kid, put down 44 points as sophomore, Luke Brown. And I know, Marcus, you and I were at Blackford that last year when he was a freshman, and we didn't know anything about him. And all of a sudden, here's this, pretty small in stature kid just firing from all over the court, doing ISO sets, kind of clearing out the court for him.
And, we didn't know much about him, but we learned quickly, from the shots that he shot from the perimeter. So he's an exciting kid to watch. And, I really wish I could have been at that game just to see it. And for you to tell me about the improvements he made with his shooting and 44 points, that's big in high school play, and 8 threes, we don't see those things except from Steph Curry. So, and I think that's a lot of the guy that he models his game after, and I think that's really cool. And just the way he shoots the ball, he's a great player. His passing is very underrated. So yeah, he's exciting to watch.
Mike, I know you were down there on the bench keeping books, and there was a point in time I'm thinking he might do 50 tonight.
Yeah, I definitely thought he was going to get there as well. I mean, he just didn't matter where he was shooting the ball from. He shot it confidently, and it was probably going to go in, and it did most of the time. And like Marcus said, his passing is underrated. He moves that ball very well, got it to all of his teammates well, and that led to him getting open shots because he drove it in on the Bluffton Tiger defense, made them move, and then he found openings. And it was just something that it's a tough thing to do, tough person to face in the first game for Bluffton. But I do agree with you that they played fairly decently and showed a lot of positive signs in that game.
And Scott, I don't think as a freshman last year, us watching him, I don't think you're in that position to be the starting point guard on a varsity level if you can't move the ball to different players and be a good playmaker as well as a shooter, because I'm sure his coaches always knew he could shoot, but is the other attributes there in terms of passing and playmaking ability. So I think that's, at that young of an age as a sophomore, playing at that stage, I think that's awesome.
And you could tell the Blackford fans are fired up because they packed this building for that game. There was a ton of Bruins fans to watch a kid who's going to probably be a pretty special kid.
Well, I think there were a few Tiger fans that came just to watch him play as well.
Well, that's probably
and
true
Blackford's
as well.
Fortunate enough to have him for another 2 years, so that's fun for their organization there.
Absolutely. But again, Michael, since you were there, I mean, I thought the Tigers looked pretty good in the interior. Everett Johnson and Tanner Cooley, I thought, had good games on the inside, both defensively and offensively. And I wonder, from your perspective, do you think that's going to be a strength for the Tigers this season?
I think that's going to have to be a strength for Bluffton. And I know we all saw Everett's fantastic football season. I know it's going to parlay pretty well into basketball as well, because he's just an aggressive young man. He's going to be aggressive. He might not be as tall as other post players, but he's stronger than them all. And he's going to use that strength to his advantage. And I played against Tanner Cooley. That kid, he is phenomenal inside. I know he's tall, skinny, but he uses his length to his advantage, and it's going to be a nice asset for Bluffton to get it inside.
And the other big I want to make sure we mention coming off the bench, Zach Cummins. Takes up a lot of space, another big, strong kid, and did some good work inside.
Definitely. I think he was a big piece missing from last year's team because he gave Reston a try for a year, and it's good to see him back out here playing basketball once again.
And it helps with the depth. I think last year Coach had, he used his bigs well with
Cole McConnell.
And Cole was young. Zach, he's kind of had his foot in the door in terms of Bluffton basketball. So having him come off the bench is a luxury, in my opinion.
Last year, this meeting was a Delta win, 53-38. The Sagarin prediction tonight is the Eagles 64-48. Delta comes in 3-0. They've got wins against Connorsville, Winchester, and Cowan. They're averaging over 70 points per game. They're only giving up just a tick over 40. So almost a 30-point spread between their offense and defensive rating. Tigers are 1-1. Again, we talked about that loss to Blackford, 67-55, and the big conference win against the Starfires, 65-34. Tigers are averaging 60 points a contest. They're giving up 50. Getting ready here for the starting lineups, but let me give them to you here first. For the visiting Delta Eagles, their starting five looks like this. In a guard spot, a 6-foot junior, number 3, Zach Garner. At a shooting forward, a 6'1" senior, number 4, Wesley Wooden. Josh Bryan, wearing number 5, senior. Wearing number 10, a 6'3" small forward, senior, Tyler Wilborn. And rounding out the starting five for the Delta Eagles is a junior shooting guard, Josh Greenberg, wearing number 20. For the Tigers, their starting five will look the same. Senior guard, 5'10", number 10, Landon McClish. Senior guard, 5'11", number 12, Jonathan Irwin. Senior forward, 6'3", number 20, Gavin King. Junior forward, 6'5", number 24, Tanner Cooley. And rounding out the starting five for the Tigers, a 6-foot forward, senior, number 34, Everett Johnson. Those are the starters.
And Scott, I'm really excited to watch Landon McClish play because I played a lot of basketball with him this summer, and every time I ask him, you ready for the season to start? You ready for the season to start? And he just had this big grin on his face, and just watching him play and improve his ball handling and his three-point shooting. I know I mentioned him a lot last year once he got in the game late, how excited I was for him to actually get this opportunity, and I know he's going to be fantastic at the helm for this Bluffton Tigers team.
I'm really interested in this contest because I did go down to Delta last year to watch this game, and I want to say that number 5, Josh Bryan for Delta, he was a tough player for Bluffton to go up against last year, and I'm interested to see how that matchup goes tonight as well.
Were you down at the South Adams game?
I was not, no.
You know, the other thing I noticed in that Blackford game, not a lot of outside shooting for us, especially beyond the arc, Michael, and I'm curious, kind of where is that expected to come from this year? Obviously, Jonathan Irwin is one of those guys you expect to shoot from far. Where else should we expect to see some production from behind the arc?
Yeah, obviously Jonathan, but I think Landon McClish is going to have quite a few openings as well, and he's going to have to take those just to give Jonathan some more breathing room. I think Gabe Eisenhut has the potential. Dominic McPherson hit some shots in the JV games, and then Tanner Cooley has improved his shot as well. And we also have Gavin King. I keep forgetting he's on the team. I always thought he was a senior last year, but he's got that potential as well.
Well, I think I agree with a lot of what you said. Here we go, national anthem.
We got to break away due to copyright issues while we go to the national anthem. We'll listen to some commercial breaks.
Are you looking for a wholesome place for your 7th grader to be active? Then bring your student to a YMCA in Allen, Whitley, or Wells County for a free YMCA membership. At the Y, we help kids develop to their fullest potential through achievement, belonging, and character development, all while having a great time. We offer a free Y membership to 7th graders during a time when they can benefit most. Just bring proof of residency and 7th grade status with you to sign up. We can't wait to meet you at the Y.
Every team knows that the three-point play can be a winning move. That's why State Farm and me, Kevin Beatty, and my team are here to help you go for 3 by combining your home, auto, and life insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home, auto, and life. It's just another way we're here to help things go right. So call me, State Farm agent Kevin Beatty, at 824-1928. It's a great call that saves you time and money.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements. costly misconceptions about collision repair. Brought to you by Lauren's Body Shop.
All repair shops are basically the same.
False. There are substantial differences among repair shops. Some have made large investments in equipment and training, others have not. Always do your homework when selecting a repair facility.
In business since 1951, Lauren's Body Shop on East Dustman Road specializes in insurance collision repair, offers free estimates, and an outstanding limited lifetime warranty. Visit laurensbodyshop.com.
Welcome back to WellsCountyVoice.com. We'll now get the official announcement of the starting lineups by the Bluffton PA. So here's the Delta Eagles starting lineups. Number 3, Zach Garner. Number 5, Josh Bryan. Number 10, Tyler Wilburn. Number 20, Josh Greenberg. And number 32, Brady Hunt. Coach is Mark Detweiler. And here are your Tigers. Landon McClish. Jonathan Irwin. Gavin King. Tanner Cooley. And Everett Johnson. So again, McClish, Irwin, King, Johnson, and Cooley are your starting 5 for the Tigers. And we are ready to roll here at the Tiger Den. It's going to be Cooley jumping against Brady Hunt. And at 2:46, we are underway here in our varsity contest. Cox throws it into the corner, cross court. This is Greenberg. And a Delta turnover here early.
Tigers doing a nice job early on with that 2-3 zone, using the length of Cooley and King down low and Johnson's size just to force them to move the ball around outside.
McClish will handle for the Tigers. First possession for Bluffton. Johnson goes left side to King. They'll dump it down to Cooley. Hunt on him. Cooley picks up his dribble, looking for some help, and will throw it away. So a couple of turnovers to start off the game.
And Scott and Mike, I think that should be Tigers' point of emphasis. Get it inside and see what you have from there.
Yeah, especially with Cooley being still pretty fresh to the varsity game. You got to get him that experience early on in the season so he's ready to later down the line.
Hunt in front of the bench, they'll swing it around. Greenberg floats it for Hunt, and he throws it down for the jam.
Nice little backdoor play there, Scott.
Well, if you didn't know who had a big game last year at Delta, that is your man right there. Irwin fires a 3. No. Rebound. Josh Bryan. Wilburn thought about it, gave it up. Back to Wilburn. This is Greenberg. Hunt will go cross court to Bryan. Bryan fires. Down it goes for 3.
You know, Scott, I think they had a lot of excellent opportunities to shoot the ball. They gave it up. He took a tough shot in the corner, and he made it. Nice shot.
5-0 Delta. McClish working against Wilburn. And another Tiger turnover. So Tigers yet to get a shot off. Almost 2 minutes gone here in the first. Another three on its way. A little bit long. Rebound McClish.
Not so patient there that trip down. Tested the hot hand. Good rebound for Bluffton.
Irwin in front of the Delta bench. Johnson up top. King in the corner. Gavin trying to find Irwin baseline. Long outlet pass and a lay-in for number 5, Josh Bryan. He's got 5. And a 7-0 run here early.
The Tigers got to figure out what's going on here on offense. They haven't even attempted a jump shot yet.
Look at the first foul of the game. And it's going to go against Bluffton.
I think they're going to get him on the back screen there.
Jonathan Irwin, his first, team's first, game's first.
It's important. The Tigers need to understand, if we're going to make mistakes on the offensive end, we got to get a stop on defense so this game doesn't get out of hand quickly.
Garner to Greenberg. They'll dump it down to Hunt. Hunt tries to go cross court. King steps into the passing lane, comes away with a steal.
He did a great job because he had to play both guys there.
McClish drift left, go back up top. Irwin, King. King will fire a three. Off the back iron. Nice offensive rebound by Everett Johnson. Cooley gets another chance and will get a foul. That's going to go against Brady Hunt. But nice work underneath by Tanner Cooley. Cooley will step to the line shooting 2. Tigers are on the board. They end a 5-0 run.
I don't think anybody's realized. Oh, there we go. Landon McClish now realizing that Zach Garner's back, trying to get that easy layup there on a fast break.
2 for 2 for Tanner. Tigers a little backcourt pressure. Garner and Greenberg break. Hunt drives and is going to be fouled by Everett Johnson. Hard to the basket. Everett picks up the foul.
Good to see Bluffton trying to put the tempo into their own hands with that pressure there. Did a fairly decent job transitioning back and stopping the open layup.
Hunt to the line. He's 5 for 10 from the line so far this year. Makes the first. Second on its way. Offensive rebound for Delta. Back up and good. Tyler Wilburn with his first buckets.
And that's what's going to happen if you don't find a guy to block out off the free throw.
McClish inside the top circle. Irwin goes right side to McClish. King to Johnson. Halfway through the first. Johnson, a good move to get down. Tries to go down low looking for Tanner Cooley.
I think Scotty has to go up with that.
I think if Everett goes up for a floater there, then Tanner Cooley's man is going to cheat off a little bit, try to stop Everett, and that can give Tanner an easy layup put back there as well.
I agree.
The gamble by Cooley there pays off as Wilburn steps on the line.
And Brady Green will check in for the first time.
I think one nice thing about Brady Green coming in as a sixth man is he's just going to bring energy. Any single time he's out on the court, he's going to have too much energy for anybody to handle.
Everett bottled up on the baseline. Quick outlet pass, and Delta on the run. Josh Bryant with 7. 12-2. Tigers are going to take a timeout. We'll take a quick break. Be right back.
At Pizza Hut in Bluffton, it's It's hard to go wrong with a classic. Get a large 2-topping pizza for only $7.99 by ordering online now. Delivery minimum and fees may apply. Or try the $5 lineup menu. When you try 2 or more of a medium 1-topping pizza, bone-out wings, Cinnabon mini rolls, only $5 each when you buy 2 or more. Or if you don't know what to get for takeout tonight, Pizza Hut in Bluffton has made that easy with their dinner box. Select which freshly prepared medium 1-topping pizza you want and get 5 breadsticks with marinara dipping sauce plus 10 cinnamon sticks with icing, all in one convenient box. Pizza Hut, 628 North Main Street in Bluffton.
Number 21, Connor Bedwell, is checked in for Delta. Tigers out of the timeout, find themselves down by 10. Couple of free throws, all the offense so far for Bluffton.
Delta just using a nice job using their speed and length to keep the Tigers out of the lane.
So, Michael, that means you got to do the little things better. You got to screen harder. You got to roll harder. You got to slip.
Brady Green goes into the corner for McClish. And we're going to get a Delta foul here.
Good job there. And you got to make Delta work. You got to rotate their defense and keep rotating them until you find a good shot.
Well, that's the second on Brady Hunt. Johnson picks it up on the inbound, and he'll get fouled and go to the line.
Nice job there by Johnson of making sure he possessed that ball before going up with it, because they get knocked away there by Zach Garner.
And that's the idea there. We've seen that play a lot last year on the inbounds.
Everett makes the first. Clock stopped at 2:52. Second one bounces out. McClish on Garner. Garner directed some traffic. Outside threes, no good. Offensive board by Delta. Number 33, Sutherland, is checked in.
Pass there.
Wesley Wooden has checked in. So Coach Detweiler going to his bench. And Irwin on the rebound is going to get pushed. Number 5, Josh Bryan, is averaging 24 points a contest. He's got 7 so far here in the first quarter. Zach Cummins in for the Tigers. Green will give it up to McClish. They're looking for Cummins. They find him. Zach Cummins off the bench with a quick bucket.
Nice pass there by Irwin.
First field goal for Bluffton. Little baseline floater by number 21, Bedwell, is good.
And the best thing Zach did, he gave up front to get behind him and get position underneath the basket and get a bucket there. See if we can get that same action.
Irwin on the baseline, doesn't go. Good steal by Brady Green. Green's going to get fouled on the way. Shot will be waved off. Foul's on the floor.
I know Jonathan Irwin didn't make that shot last trip down, but I do like seeing that aggression out of Jonathan this year. Something I think he missed last year, but I think it's going to lead to more and more open shots for him.
15 foul for Delta. .117 to go in the first. They get it inside. The Green will go back outside. Johnson tries to drive baseline. Feeds Green, a nice feed. Brady gets a couple of cracks at it. He'll end up going to the stripe.
Great patience there by Everett Johnson. Drove it in deep, didn't have a shot, didn't have a pass right away, and waited for Brady.
Didn't panic.
think one of the best things about this lineup is having Brady Green and Everett. You see Brady missed that last floater there, got right back off his feet and went and got it and got the foul. I think him and Everett do a great job of that, and they're two big, aggressive players. So look to see them at the line a lot tonight here.
Green misses both. Tigers 3 for 6 from the line. This is Brian, and Tigers are going to bump him.
I think they're going to get Irwin here. Got to learn how to cut that defender off without using any of your hands or reaching.
That's the second on Irwin. See if coach goes to the bench. Under a minute to go here in the first.
If I'm Delta, I'm driving this ball right at Jonathan Irwin, trying to pick up his third foul here early in the first quarter.
Number 1 is Sam Cox. This is Brian.
Nice job.
And a steal by Johnson. Looking for McClish. Landon, left side off the glass and good. Landon McClish.
Great job there by.
Great hustle by Everett Johnson to get that steal. And
Yep.
awareness as well to get that up to Landon as he's making that run for the fast break layup. Because I know one thing that you coaches teach their kids is if they're still staving the ball on the defensive end, they're throwing it towards the offensive basket. And that's exactly what Everett did.
3 seconds left to get it off. Brian from 3, down it goes. And the first quarter is going to end with the Eagles up by 10. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your trusted choice in North. For 30 years, we have treated all walks of life, from peewees to professionals and Olympians, and everyone in between. As a patient, you can schedule at any of our 18 conveniently located clinics without a doctor's order, and we communicate with your physician throughout your treatment. IPT is a cost-effective therapy provider who accepts all insurance plans. We offer the highest credentialed and most reputable staff in the area. We're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and can schedule you the same day you call. You can find one of our 18 Indiana Physical Therapy locations near you. Choose IPT to get back to work, life, and play today. Celebrating 30 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
Welcome back to WellsCountyVoice.com. Tigers down by 10 as Josh Bryan finishes with 10. Draining the three-pointer at the buzzer. So guys, coming into the second quarter, what do the Tigers need to focus on?
I think it's taking care of the ball, Scott. I think we got out loose with it in the first quarter, and that put us down, you know. But taking care of the ball, continue. I think we did a better job of moving it, trying to find our open shooters. So we need to continue to do that. Get it inside and out, work inside and out, and see what you get from there. But there we go again, turning the ball over.
I definitely agree about pounding it inside, trying to get work in there, only for the point to open up the outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the Tigers need Landon McClish, Jonathan Irwin, and Gavin King to have open shots if they want to make this cut the ground here.
Outside 3 by Wilburn's no good. Some scramble on the floor and first held ball of the game.
Also, this is a good opportunity for the Tigers to try to cut into this deficit with Josh Bryan out, taking a quick breather to start the second quarter.
Possession arrow favored Delta. This is Greenberg. He'll get double teamed. Number 10 is Wilburn. 33 is Sutherland. His shot's off, but an offensive rebound by Delta. Turnaround jumper is good. Wilburn, his second bucket. (19-7), a minute gone here in the second. Green trying to go baseline and a steal by Delta. Tigers get it back, finds Irwin underneath, too far under the basket. And back comes Delta. Cox handles for the Eagles. Wilburn looks, goes cross court. And the long 3 by Hunt's no good.
Their backside was wide open.
Nice job there by Zach Cummins by keeping that ball high out of the reach from all the Delta Eagles.
King looking for Zach. Zach fighting the bodies underneath, gets it off, gets fouled, and will go to the line. 4th trip to the line for Bluffton.
What I'd like to see in our defensive stance is our help defenders not get caught ball watching, because our backside's wide open. So if they do a nice skip pass, they got 2 good shooters on the backside and they can knock down shots. So we got to understand that.
Tigers now 3 for 7 from the line.
I feel like I might have jinxed it just by thinking about how well the Tigers started out shooting. Hit the first 3 free throws of the game, and I guess I shouldn't even be thinking about it being a broadcaster.
1 of 2 for Zach.
Brian is back out on the court for Delta, so the Tigers have to do a nice job of being aware of where he's at all times.
Brian to Garner, Wilburn, Greenberg.
Look, Gavin team did a great job watching ball and backside guy.
3 on its way, down it goes. Wilburn has got 7.
That's just some great ball movement by the Delta Eagles right there.
We got a full timeout called by Delta. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for a wholesome place for your 7th grader to be active and meet new friends? Then bring your student to a YMCA in Allen, Whitley, or Wells County for a free YMCA membership. At the Y, we help kids develop to their fullest potential through achievement, belonging, and character development, all while having a great time. We offer a free Y membership to 7th graders during a time when they can benefit most. Just bring proof of residency and 7th grade status with you to sign up. We can't wait to meet you at the Y.
22-8, 5:52 to go in the second. Josh Bryant has got 10. Tyler Wilburn has 7. Leading scorers for Delta. Zach Cummins leads the Tigers with 3.
I'm excited to see Zach Cummins continue to get the rust off. I mean, like as I said in the pregame, how he wrestled last year for the Tigers. And now he's back out here on the basketball court. So I'm excited to see where he's at a few games down the line as he gets more and more comfortable with basketball once again.
Is Zach a senior this year?
Zach is a part of the senior class, yes.
Gabe Eisenhut on the floor for the first time. Gabe looking for Cummins.
And I think that's the right idea there, Scott. He gets position. Gabe understands that, so he just tosses it right over the top. Once he gets, he got to explode immediately.
Johnson off the glass, good. Everett Johnson. Tigers defense needs some stops here. Down by 12. Bryant, Hunt goes back outside. Wilburn shots off, bounces around. Delta getting the extra chances so far. 3 on its way, down it goes. Josh Bryant has 13 3-pointers.
In the first 3-pointer they put up, Scott, I think I saw everybody touch the ball, drive it into the lane, and kick it out. I think that's big for them, and I'd like to see the Tigers try something to that effect.
Nice backdoor look there by Johnson.
King up top, coming down to the halfway mark here in the second. Irwin has it taken away. Bryant again, Greenberg, and tipped away by Gavin King. Stops the clock at 4:23.
If you've watched Delta play, not much has came at the rim unless it came in transition. They love to penetrate the defense, get them to collapse, and kick it out for a 3-point opportunity. Tigers got to stay sharp. They got to stay grounded. They got to close out, hands high.
Garner goes right side.
Nice play right there.
Yeah. Brady Hunt has 5.
Tigers with a pretty big lineup out here with Tanner Cooley checking back into the game for
Gavin King high off the glass. Bedwell checks in for Delta. Hunt goes out. Bryant.
What a smooth shot there.
Timeout on the floor. Bluffton timeout. We'll take a break.
Every team knows that the three-point play can be a winning move. That's why State Farm and me, Kevin Beatty, and my team are here to help you go for 3 by combining your home, auto, and life insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home, auto, and life. It's just another way we're here to help things go right. So call me, State Farm agent Kevin Beatty, at 824-1928. It's a great call that saves you time and money.
Welcome back to WellsCountyVoice.com. 29-12. Tigers down by 17. 3:38 to go in the second.
I think Delta's doing a great job of pulling Zach out of the paint so he just can't sit in there. Zach Sky's out on the three-point line, so even when Delta does miss a shot, they have a better chance to get the offensive rebound without Zach being in there. Crucial turnover there.
It does look like the Tigers have switched from that 2-3 zone that they've been running all game. Now they're guarding man-to-man. See if that changes anything up on what Delta can get offensively.
Garner, Bryan short. Rebound, Bedwell back to Bryant. Hoop and the harm for Josh Bryan.
Again, if you notice that last play, Zach's out on the three-point line guarding his guy. A better opportunity without Zach and Everett in the lane to get an offensive rebound. And Mike, I think it's a good idea that we went back to man because they're just, you know, on our back sides, they're just getting so many three-pointers.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing that's hurting the Tigers defensively is giving up so many offensive rebounds. 2-3 zone or man, that's just not something that the defense can allow if they want to win games.
Good take.
Irwin.
That's his third.
He's going to get called for the charge.
Wow, I didn't even see that.
As Michael mentioned, that is his third. So McClish will check in.
Scott, if we think about last season, this is almost a whole new team. Yeah, these guys are here, but a lot of them didn't get the experience that those seniors had last year. Last year's starters, they had size, depth. They could shoot on the perimeter with Riley and Max. You don't get that this season. So Jonathan has to understand me being on the court is so important. I can't have 3 fouls before halftime because my team, you know, needs me to be aggressive but play under control.
Delta foul will turn it over to Bluffton. 2:38 to go. Tigers down by 20. And a steal by Delta. Bryan feeds Greenberg, and he misses the layup.
Good defense there by the Tigers.
McClish on the run. Extra pass to Cooley, who will draw the foul.
We can't make those long court passes and turn the ball over. We can't afford that. So we got to keep it tight, get the ball inside. We're trying to pass it from side to side, and that's an easy get in the passing lane, turnover, and we're in transition again. We can't do that.
.218, Cooley's second coming. And misses both. Tigers struggling from the line. Ever since Michael called that. It's all on Michael.
I didn't even call it. I was just thinking it in my
Yeah,
own
just think
head.
that's all it takes is just thinking it.
Still an inexperienced broadcaster, so I guess I got to learn the
Yeah, stop thinking.
learn the rules first.
Bryant hands off to Greenberg. Under 2 minutes to go here in the second. Greenberg drives into Bluffton traffic. Tigers take it away.
Good patience there by Greenberg. The whole Delta offense is weaving that dribble weave until they got a good matchup with the guard. Greenberg against Zach Cummins, trying to beat him off the dribble. They just proved that his size was going to reign supreme right there.
Garner with the foul. Tigers are in double bonus. McClish to the line. Tigers right now are 1 for 5 from the line in the second quarter. Landon breaks that drought. 32-13, 1:41 to go here in the second. Bryant on Cooley. Picks up his dribble. This is Cox. Backs to Bryant, goes inside Greenberg. Ball on the ground, and nice job by Everett clearing the floor.
Everett Johnson diving after the fumble there as a linebacker.
You know, I think if Everett was coming full speed directly at me, I'd just let him have the ball.
Yeah, no joke.
Hey.
Possession arrow favors Bluffton. 1:13 to go in the first half. McClish up top. They rotate around. Cooley. Tigers work the perimeter. Under a minute to go. Everett working hard. Gets his shot off. Can't get it to drop, and back to the line we go.
Great job by Bluffton. Working it outside. They know they've been struggling to get it in order to get it out, so they're just working it outside, setting screens, passing it around, and that opened up that drive lane there for Everett as he drew another foul.
Everett's second trip. Takes the first. Everett with 4. Second one's no good. .37 seconds left. See if Delta tries to bleed this out. Close out the half.
Yep.
It's going to go against Landon. Bryant will throw it into the backcourt. Cox crosses the timeline with 25 seconds to go. Hands it off to Bryant. We'll just clear out and let Bryant work. 14 seconds. Cooley on him. Down to 10.
See Brian driving it in.
Holding at 8.
Kicking it out.
He'll get the screen. Finds a man all alone underneath and hammered by Gavin King. Wesley Wooden is going to go to the line with 3.2 seconds to go.
Luke Bryan being aware that he knows the Tigers are trying to stop him from scoring. So what's he do? He attacks and finds the open man as the defense collapses down.
First on Gavin King. And Wooden makes his free throw. Dalen Case is checked in for the first time. Second is good. Tigers have got 3 seconds to work with. King fires the long 3. It's going to be short at the end of the first half. Tigers down by 20, 34-14. We'll be back.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements. Costly misconceptions about collision repair, brought to you by Lauren's Body Shop.
The insurance representative said the shop you selected isn't on their approved list and you should choose from their list.
False. You are not required to visit these shops, and doing so could put you at a disadvantage in settling your claim and receiving a high-quality repair.
In business since 1951, Lauren's Body Shop on East Dustman Road specializes in insurance collision repair, offers free estimates, and an outstanding limited lifetime warranty. Visit lawrensbodyshop.com.
At Pizza Hut in Bluffton, it's hard to go wrong with a classic. Get a large 2-topping pizza for only $7.99 by ordering online now. Delivery minimum and fees may apply. Or try the $5 lineup menu. When you try 2 or more of a medium 1-topping pizza, bone-out wings, Cinnabon mini rolls, only $5 each when you buy 2 or more. Or if you don't know what to get for takeout tonight, Pizza Hut in Bluffton has made that easy with their dinner box. Select which freshly prepared medium 1-topping pizza you want and get 5 breadsticks with marinara dipping sauce plus 10 cinnamon sticks with icing, all in one convenient box. Pizza Hut, 628 North Main Street in Bluffton. Indiana Physical Therapy is your trusted choice in Northern Indiana. For 30 years, we have treated all walks of life, from peewees to professionals and Olympians and everyone in between. As a patient, you can schedule at any of our 18 conveniently located clinics without a doctor's order, and we communicate with your physician throughout your treatment. IPT is a cost-effective therapy provider who accepts all insurance plans. We offer the highest credentialed and most reputable staff in the area. We're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and can schedule you the same day you call. You can find one of our 18 Indiana Physical Therapy locations near you. Choose IPT to get back to work, life, and play today. Celebrating 30 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
Are you looking for a wholesome place for your 7th grader to be active and meet new friends? Then bring your student to a YMCA in Allen, Whitley, or Wells County for a free YMCA membership. At the Y, we help kids develop to their fullest potential through achievement, belonging, and character development, all while having a great time. We offer a free Y membership to 7th graders during a time when they can benefit most. Just bring proof of residency and 7th grade status with you to sign up. We can't wait to meet you at the Y.
Welcome back to WellsCountyVoice.com. Bluffton down by 20, 34-14. Halftime stats look like this for Delta. Wesley Wooden 2 for 2 from the line with 2. Josh Greenberg with 2. Connor Bedwell with 2. Brady Hunt with 3. With 5, 3 in the first, 2 in the second. Tyler Wilburn with 7, 2 in the first, 5 in the second. And Josh Bryant leading all scorers, 10 in the first, 9 in the second. He's got 3 3-pointers. Delta is 4 for 5 from the free throw line. They had 17 in the first, 17 in the second, 34 here at half. For Bluffton, their scoring looks like this. Gavin King with a bucket. Tanner Cooley with a couple of free throws. They both have 2. Zach Cummins with a bucket and a free throw with 3. Landon McClish with a bucket and a free throw with 3. And Everett Johnson leading the Tigers with a bucket and 2 free throws with 4. Tigers 7 in the first, 7 in the second. They were 3 for 6 from the line in the first. They finished the first half Six for 14 from the line for the Tigers. Well, guys, you're going to halftime. You're down by 20. What's the mood in the halftime right now? The Tigers looking for the coaches to kind of give them some direction, or the players looking at themselves? You guys have been in a lot of halftime scenarios. What's going through their head right now?
I honestly think anytime you make an in-game changement, whether that's from man to 2-3 or 2-3 into man or whatever, you got to go into half and you got to talk about it. Why it didn't work in the first half. Why 2-3 didn't work in the first half. Because the Tigers gave up too many open threes, or sometimes we even contested them and they still went in. So sometimes as a player, you're like, what else do I need to do? The coaches will have those answers because they've analyzed the first half a little bit better than what the players have done down by 20. So I think that's important. You got to talk about defense. That's something that I think is an impact thing to talk about. And then what are we doing on offense? What is our idea? Are we getting it inside, working it out, or are we just purely getting it inside, getting to the line? We got to knock down our free throws as well. So our turnovers, we got to clean up the turnovers. We got to make nice, crisp chest passes, better bounce passes, better entry passes, things like that. So,
but at the same time, I feel like in the Delta locker room, though, they're talking about what they need to do to prevent the Tigers coming out aggressively and cutting into this lead that they have built up in this first half. So they got to talk about how they need to control the ball and keep doing what they're doing. They don't need to really change much. They need to not play passive. They need to keep that aggression up. So the Tigers just need to try to counter that. Just really try to pick up the aggression, force some turnovers, force some bad shots, get defensive rebounds, and get out in transition, because they need to pick up the pace if they want to cut into 20 points.
And Scott, I think it's doing the things that we can control. We can't control the rest. So what we can control is, if you're in Jonathan Irwin's position, is keeping my hands back and not giving the ref a reason, to call me for my fourth. Going into the third. So I think that's important because he's a key player on this team. We all know he is their leader for this senior class, so they need him on the floor.
The one thing that stands out for me in this game, and I also harken back to that Blackford game, having not been to the South Adams game, is that we have not attempted a three tonight. And if you go back to that Blackford game, we had some attempts early on in that game. They fell short, and I felt like our guys went away from the three. They're almost intimidated to shoot the three. They had a lot of open looks from the three and didn't take them, as Blackford just kind of collapsed the defense into the paint and focused on the Tigers' interior. And, again, just a lack of three attempts in both of these contests.
I think the defensive pressure by Delta is a little bit more aggressive than it was against Blackford. I do feel like Bluffton passed on a few open opportunities against Blackford, but I don't think there's been as many opportunities here this afternoon against Delta. They're longer, they're more athletic, they're just really covering that ground on the defensive end, and the Tigers need to keep setting screens, making cuts, and making solid passes, making sure that they see where they're passing the ball to and making sure that their teammate is open.
I think, Scott, last year we were kind of spoiled because almost 1 through 5 could shoot from the perimeter. So this year we have a different lineup out there. We have Gavin King out there who can stretch the floor, which I think he needs to do that more. I think he needs to attempt to take his player off the dribble, try to get in the lane, commit fouls, or try to get an open pass. But if our three ball isn't there, then it's just not there that night. We need to take care of the ball and get our easy looks.
Both teams back out on the floor. We got about a minute to go before we strike up the third. Again, Tigers 6 for 14 from the line. Everybody really struggling.
That's one nice thing that the Tigers are doing tonight, and they need to keep up, is being aggressive and taking it to the paint.
Yeah, they're getting to the line.
Yeah, they're forcing the defense to commit fouls. So maybe they can keep being that aggressive and force everybody on the Delta team to be in foul trouble. And
so when you got someone like Jonathan with three, do you bring him back out to open up the third, or do you try to reserve him and make sure he's available to you down the stretch?
I think you got to bring him back out just to start the half. Try to get him a couple open looks from three, really spark the offensive momentum with some big shots. However, on the defensive end, you got to make sure he's not being overly aggressive. You got to make sure he's stopping the ball, stopping the Eagles from scoring, but you can't have him reaching to try to get dribble steals.
I agree.
All right, here we go. Delta will open up with the possession. And we're back underway here at the Tiger Den. Bluffton facing a 20-point deficit. Irwin does open up as the starters step out on the floor to open up the second.
The exact same way they started the contest.
Exactly. Yep.
Another throwdown by Brady Hunt, who now has 7.
And there's so much going on with the Delta offense. It's just simple motion, just screening. Getting plays out of that, getting plays out of the screens.
It's going to be the third on Wilburn, I believe.
I do think the Tigers have done a nice job of adjusting their offense today, where they have been moving a lot more on the outside, setting screens, getting people open outside, just to spread the defense out, make the defense move to make openings for your offense.
Cox checks in for Wilburn as he sits down with 3 fouls. Johnson over to McClish. Back up top, King rotates around Irwin. Jonathan drives, can't get it to go, and it's going to be off Bluffton, Delta ball.
They call it off.
No, off Delta, Bluffton ball, excuse me.
Good fight by Jonathan for staying with that shot and forcing that off of the Delta defender.
Now we'll throw it away. Bryan feeds Cox. Cox on the run. We'll slow it down and set up the offense. Greenberg open 3. Down it goes.
You know
Josh
what,
Greenberg.
Scott, that's just too open. You and I would make that shot if we had that time.
Right there on that out of bounds play with McClish and Cooley is just a little bit of lack of communication, still inexperienced playing together, as Landon didn't play at all in JV last year where Tanner spent most of his time. So I can see that being ironed out by the end of the season. Good call.
Tanner Cooley with the offensive foul. Bryant between the circles. Picks it back up. Greenberg back in the corner. And a near
Risky pass
takeaway.
there. Great job.
Good hustle by Bluffton fighting for the loose ball. Cooley comes up with it, and the Tigers will advance the other way. McClish. .6:05 to go. Irwin. It's going to be the third on Garner.
And that's a close one, Scott.
But
Jonathan he uses his off arm a lot just to get the defender and get a little bit of space.
I think that whistle could have gone either way there on that foul.
Needs to be careful there.
Garner sits down. Greenberg back in. Bedwell in. Six minutes. Johnson with a mismatch will take it outside. McClish open for 3. Down it goes.
Good
Landon
find.
McClish.
And that pass coming from inside out,
Exactly.
and that's just one of the best looks you can get from 3. So great job by Landon McClish. I know he was one of those at that Blackford game who had plenty of open looks, so it's nice seeing him stepping up as a senior and taking that first 3 for the Tigers.
Greenberg for a 3 to answer back. No, and a Tiger foul. That could be Tanner's third.
Drive and kick. Nothing really complicated. Just driving and kicking to the open man.
Brady Green is checked in along with Zach Cummins. Hunt for 3. No. Long rebound controlled by Delta. And a Tiger foul. Zach's first. Team's third. Greenberg finds a cutting Bryan. Bryan puts down point number 20 and 21. Right now, Josh Bryan outscoring the entire Bluffton squad. Irwin tries to fire up the three, a little bit long. Bedwell on the run. Hunt back to Bedwell. Bryan for three. No.
If I'm Connor Bedwell in that fast break there, I'm driving that right at Jonathan Irwin, trying to either, if I make the layup, I make the layup. If I don't make it, hoping I get the fourth foul.
Pick up
Irwin.
that fourth foul. Johnson at the elbow. Finds Cummins. Cummins with a little bump, lays it up, no good. Rebound, Brady Green gets it back up, no good. Ball loose, and we're going to get.
I believe that was a foul on Everett Johnson on the rebound.
It's going to be his second. As a player, are you aware of that on the floor?
I know I was, especially if it was one of their top players. As Jonathan Irwin, if I would know Jonathan Irwin had 3 fouls on the other team. I would know if Josh Bryan had 3 fouls. And I would try to take advantage of that.
Nice backdoor cut. Brady Hunt has 9.
Because I definitely people knew when I had 3 or 4 fouls. I mean, that's pretty much every game, but I knew they were going to try to get it at me, or when Keith Cochran got in foul trouble.
But you were so good playing with 4 fouls.
That's because I was used to it. I had to play with 4 fouls. I had to figure out how to be good with it.
Well, Scott, the time I was on the floor, I didn't get much time to foul, so I just wanted to make sure I was screening so Grant got open. So.
Hey, you don't need a lot of time to foul. You can ask my brother Bob. He can tell you. I probably had the fastest foul in a regulation of a varsity basketball game in Indiana history. Took all of 0.2 seconds.
Really?
On the tip.
0.2 seconds on the tip.
On the tip up at Heritage. Yeah, I don't even know why. We had a 7-foot guy jumping. And for whatever reason, I thought I'd be super aggressive, and it was costly. I played a little timid the rest of that game.
Good ball movement by Delta. Brady Hunt was 6 in the quarter.
And I have that as Connor Bedwell's 3rd assist there, too.
.241 to go in the third.
Really good movement there.
Nice move. There's a good pass.
Oh, Zach gets a little bit too far under the basket, gets it back, lays
Good
it in.
fight. Really good fight by Zach Cummins. Again, I think as the season wears on, he's going to really, really get back into that basketball mode where he knows where he's at all times on the court. For one, great take. 2, he's going to learn to try to look outside for Jonathan Irwin, as he could have had an open look there. A great finish there.
Well, I think you mentioned it earlier, Michael. He does such a great job with the ball when he gets that offensive rebound, keeping it high, keeping it out of trouble.
And I didn't see Zach play much sophomore year. I was still out of town. But the little I did see of him, he showed signs of being aggressive, but wasn't fully there. And I know as a sophomore in high school, that's pretty commonplace. But I think that year on the wrestling mat has really developed him even more physically, so he's not going to be afraid of any sort of contact inside.
Bryan 2 for 2. Now sitting with 23 on the evening.
I'm just hoping Coach Sprenger's not missing a heavyweight this year.
Two minutes to go in the third. Johnson looking, goes cross court. Eisenhut back down to Brady Green, puts it on the floor, lays it in. Brady Green.
Great pass there by Gabe Eisenhut.
His first points.
I didn't want to yell Gabe in the corner from way up here. That would have been very smart of me. But they found him. They did a great job. And he made the second pass that led to the score, so great job by him.
Cox for 3. No.
I do think Gabe Eisenhut could be one of those players for Bluffton to provide some deep threats
Exactly,
later
yep.
in the year too. But at the same time, you can't complain about getting 2 easy points. So really great awareness by Gabe getting it inside to Brady.
And Gabe, I think, is a very versatile offensive player. So he can handle the ball, he can distribute it, and he can shoot it. So
coming down to the 1 minute mark. It has been mostly Delta. Bryant finds Bedwell. Bedwell fouled on the way to the bucket. Tigers pushing up on the bonus mark here. Eisenhut with the foul.
I do think one thing the Tigers have done nicely on defense tonight, as opposed to that first game against Blackford, is they've made Josh Bryant feel a little bit more uncomfortable than Luke Brown ever felt in that opener.
Garner on the run. Bryant with the tip. Loose ball comes back down in the hands of Delta. They'll get an open corner look off the side of the backboard. Jonathan Irwin is going to get picked from behind, but Irwin's done a nice job in the third, staying out of foul trouble. Has played, I think, the entire quarter and not picked up his fourth. See the Tigers close out the quarter here.
Delta looking like they're in a 2-3 zone.
Nice cut.
Johnson gets it back, goes hard up with it, gets it back again, back up. Does not get rewarded. Cox on the run. Oh, nice get back by Johnson. They'll call him for the foul, but hustling all the way is Everett Johnson. Third on Everett.
I think if Delta sticks with this 2-3 zone, I think we can definitely predict that Jonathan Irwin's going to be looking for more opportunities outside, especially if Everett and Zach can keep penetrating inside and collapsing that defense to get that kick out.
Cox 1 for 2. They get it coming, it's got to get it off. Eisenhut, no. At the end of the third, your score, Delta 48, Tigers 21. We'll be right back.
Daniel's Jewelers on North Main Street in Bluffton has a great selection of beautiful jewelry for the fall season. We have awesome engagement rings and bridal sets with a variety of centerstone shapes and gold color. We also have wedding bands in gold, tungsten, and even carbon fiber.
Who doesn't like a little bling? Diamond or gemstone stackable rings are just adorable. Petite little rings with a ton of style. We also have bar necklaces with stones or plain, and great stud-style earrings that have bezel-style settings.
There is nothing quite like the feel of gold. Yellow, rose, or white. Classic styles of earrings, hoops, buttons, and fancy shapes. We also have a great selection of sterling silver and, of course, our SteelX jewelry.
Daniel's Jewelers on North Main Street in Bluffton, where personal service and trust become part of the memory.
Welcome back to WellsCountyVoice.com. We head to the fourth. Tigers have put up 7 points in each quarter, down 48-21. Tigers open up with the basketball. Cummins fighting off a couple of defenders. Hard off the glass and good, Zach Cummins.
And you can tell that was the play coming out of the timeout there.
Outside three is good. Josh Greenberg with another three.
As this game continues to go on and on and on, I just get more and more impressed with the way Delta moves this ball around. they're never looking for the first shot. They're always looking for the second or third opportunity anytime down the court.
Back to Zach. Zach, oh, just a little bit too hard off the glass. That touch will come, though.
Definitely. Jonathan Irwin makes it 9 minutes and 15 seconds without committing that fourth foul. But it had to come at some point, right?
Delta now in the bonus. Who missed that front end?
I believe that was number 3.
Gartner. Okay.
We're starting to do more action with Zach Cummins, trying to get him good position down low where he can just lay it up underneath the basket.
I think that's going to have a bigger effect than just on this contest as well. If other coaches see the game film of this contest and see the Bluffton's going inside and Zach Cummins is being aggressive and leading to opportunities for Bluffton to score, that's just going to open up the court so much more for the Tigers later down the line.
Nice pass.
Corner 3 by Hunt is short.
At the same time, if those teams don't adjust and allow Zach to just dominate inside, then I think that's just going to be huge for the Tigers, especially in the ACAC field.
Boy, another possession there, Marcus, where you see Jonathan with that kind of forearm.
Yeah. And again, there's a little discrepancy between Gabe and another player down there off the missed shot. Gabe thought he was fouled, which I would agree. Good take.
Jonathan can't get it to go.
Nice
Good
pass.
ball movement.
You can see how frustrated Jonathan is, but one thing as a player of his caliber, you have to understand there's going to be nights like this. You have to find another way to impact the game other than putting the ball in the hole, because tonight's just not your night. So how do you do it?
Let's take a break.
Welcome to the new Heidi Automotive Group. We have a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Now you can shop for a new Chevrolet, Buick, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, or Chrysler at the same location right here in Bluffton, Indiana. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and crossovers. We focus on quality, and that is why we certify our pre-owned inventory so you get more warranty, free maintenance, and peace of mind. Don't worry about your credit. We have financing options for everyone. Heidi Automotive Group, a new look, but old-fashioned integrity.
Welcome back to WellsCountyVoice.com. 55-25, or 23, excuse me. .534 to go. Tigers will send out King, McClish, Green, Cummins, and Eisenhut. Back to Zach, outside to Brady Green. Green between the circles. Gavin picks up his dribble, finds Zach at the elbow. McClish. Zach will draw the fine and foul and go to the line. Cummins sitting with 7, leading Bluffton.
I know this isn't necessarily the result that Coach Benedict and his coaching staff were wanting tonight, but I think at the same time, this is a very tough game to be playing in your 3rd game of the year. Delta's a very strong 3A school, and it's still early. And as Marcus stated earlier, a lot of these players for Bluffton didn't play a lot of the varsity last season, so they're still getting used to this varsity atmosphere. And I think one nice thing that we've seen tonight is that they continue to fight. They're staying aggressive. They're grinding it out on offense, playing defense, and looking inside. They're down 21 points or 31 points with 5 minutes to go, and they're still fighting, trying to get
So
back in.
is this the point of a game where you work on something? And again, maybe the Tigers right now is, okay, let's work with Zach and kind of get him a better feel for the game.
Definitely.
Going forward.
Yeah, I 100% think that's what the Tigers are looking to be doing right now.
And I thought we did a great job of doing that coming out of halftime, was work on something. What is our plan on offense and what is our plan on defense?
And then the guys out here for Bluffton right now with McClish, Cooley, Eisenhut, Green, and King. Out of these 5, King is really the only one who saw consistent playing time last year. So it's a great opportunity for the other 4 to get out here in a varsity contest and really know what it's like to play in this environment.
And on that last play, it would have been there, but Cooley just didn't have his head up, turned to the ball handler, so he didn't see it coming, so they committed a turnover. Just a little bit too far out.
Under 4 to go in the game. Wooden checks in for Delta.
Nice pass, good finish.
Who was that bucket by?
That bucket was by number 21. That was Connor Bedwell on the cut.
(59-24). Brady Green, no. Cooley with the offensive board, back up and good. Kaner's got 4.
I think Green and Cooley really have the potential to really impact these games for Bluffton. Last year on the JV contest, both of them just were so aggressive together, cutting, driving in, getting each other's rebounds and finishing, just like that play showed.
Delta tracks down the loose ball. Under 3 to go. Timeout Delta. We'll take a break.
Every team knows that the three-point play can be a winning move. That's why State Farm and me, Kevin Beatty, and my team are here to help you go for 3 by combining your home, auto, and life insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home, auto, and life. It's just another way we're here to help things go right. So call me, State Farm agent Kevin Beatty, at 824-1928. It's a great call that saves you time and money.
.251 to go, 59-26.
And during that timeout, Noah Crystal checked in there for Bluffton, replacing Landon McClish.
It's important who's the primary ball handler here for the Tigers.
Again, this is just one of those opportunities to really test something out, just in case the Tigers need somebody to bring the ball down. So I can see Gabe Eisenhut being the one bringing it down.
Exactly, yep.
Who was that?
That was also 20 Bedwell.
Bedwell. All right, who is that?
That was Bedwell. Bedwell jumped the pass there from
trying
Brady
to do
Green
too many
to
things at once
Gabe
here.
Eisenhut. Yeah, no problem.
Under 2 to go. They get it into Cooley. Cooley's triple teamed, gets it off and good. Tanner now has 6.
Kind of trying to figure out how Tanner held on to that ball as he brought that down almost to the floor. He needs to work on keeping that ball high. With his 6'5" frame and long arms, it's a lot safer up high than it is down low.
1:30 left. Brady Green for three. Nope. Bedwell with the rebound. Delta will spread it out here and pound some air out of the basketball. Coming down to a minute. Nice block by Cooley. Yeah, we get a Bluffton timeout.
I think they're just subbing here. Substitution bringing Dominic McPherson in for Gavin King. Really good look there by Eisenhut finding Noah Crystal running there for the fast break.
Noah's probably thinking, fine time for a timeout.
Yeah, right?
Tanner Cooley, 6 in the quarter.
I don't know if I've ever seen a Bluffton basketball player use the length to their ability as much as Tanner Cooley. He's really comfortable with his frame, and I swear he gets taller every single time I see him. And that's just a huge testament for a junior to still, as he's growing, he's keeping his coordination, and he's always in control.
And that's going to do it. We'll wind down the last 10 seconds. 65-30 is going to be your final here this afternoon. Take a break. We'll crunch some stats. Be back in a few minutes with your post-game show.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a relationship with their customers, listening to their needs, and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements. Costly misconceptions about collision repair, brought to you by Lauren's Body Shop.
The insurance representative said the shop you selected isn't on their approved list, and you should choose from their list.
False. You are not required to visit these shops, and doing so could put you at a disadvantage in settling your claim and receiving a high-quality repair.
In business since 1951, Lauren's Body Shop on East Dustman Road specializes in insurance collision repair, offers free estimates, and an outstanding limited lifetime warranty. Visit laurensbodyshop.com.
At Pizza Hut in Bluffton, it's hard to go wrong with a classic. Get a large 2-topping pizza for only $7.99 by ordering online now. Delivery minimum and fees may apply. Or try the $5 lineup menu when you try 2 or more of a medium 1-topping pizza, bone-out wings, Cinnabon mini rolls, only $5 each when you buy 2 or more. Or if you don't know what to get for takeout tonight, Pizza Hut in Bluffton has made that easy with their dinner box. Select which freshly prepared medium 1-topping pizza you want and get 5 breadsticks with marinara dipping sauce plus 10 cinnamon sticks with icing, all in one convenient box. Pizza Hut, 628 North Main Street in Bluffton. Indiana Physical Therapy is your trusted choice in Northern Indiana. For 30 years, we have treated all walks of life, from peewees to professionals and Olympians and everyone in between. As a patient, you can schedule at any of our 18 conveniently located clinics without a doctor's order, and we communicate with your physician throughout your treatment. IPT is a cost-effective therapy provider who accepts all insurance plans. We offer the highest credentialed and most reputable staff in the area. We're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and can schedule you the same day you call. You can find one of our 18 Indiana Physical Therapy locations near you. Choose IPT to get back to work, life, and play today. Celebrating 30 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
Here are your final totals for the victorious Delta Eagles. Sam Cox with 1, Zach Garner with 2, Wesley Wooden with 4, Connor Bedwell with 6, Tyler Wilburn 9, Josh Greenberg 10, Brady Hunt with 13, and leading all scorers tonight, Josh Bryan with 23. By the quarter, Delta had 17 in the first, 17 in the second, 14 in the third, 17 in the fourth, 65 overall for the Tigers. Gavin King with 2, Brady Green with 2, Everett Johnson with 4, Landon McClish with 6, Tanner Cooley with 8, and Zach Cummins with 8. Tigers were 7 for 16 from the line. By the quarter, 7, 7, 7, and 9 for the Tigers. 65-30 as the Tigers' record will fall to 1-2. Well, guys, tough night. We knew this was going to be a good Delta squad, but what did we learn tonight?
I think we learned that the Tigers are just going to have to learn how to score from inside, because they relied on the outside shot so much last year that all the teams know that we're going to play up against. So they got to learn how to play inside in order to open it up outside.
I think the Tigers need to understand what hurts them the most is turning the ball over. Because once you turn the ball over, it's kind of hard, to stop a team like Delta in transition. They score, their points off turnovers tonight was, pretty tremendous, and the Tigers just never was able to bounce back from that. So we got to clean up the little things, our turnovers, decision-making, fouls, just how we protect the basketball, because that's the most important thing in order for us to get a win. We have to do those little things, the way we screen, just those things like that. So I think we watch the film from this game, we get better, and we just keep going. It's a long season, so we'll figure out the little things on how Jonathan's going to put the ball in the hole and how we're going to use our seniors and things like that. So
Jonathan got in some early foul trouble, did not score tonight. There's not going to be many games where Jonathan Irwin takes the collar scoring-wise. Mm-hmm. How significant was that for Jonathan to get in early foul trouble?
I think it hurt him a lot because he's so used to, getting his points from outside the arc. So once that's not falling, he says, well, I'm going to settle inside. And we talked about him using his offhand, and those are some of the things that he just can't do. I think foul trouble really hurt him, and you could just see how frustrated he was and things like that. So he'll have those nights, and he knows that. So you just got to find a way to impact the game other with distributing and just playing good defense.
Yeah, committed fouls can certainly affect somebody's confidence level on offense, even though they can kind of aren't hand in hand at times. But as Marcus said during the contest, the Tigers do have to look for some other opportunities on how to get around that.
Coach making his way up. You're okay, Michael.
I think I'm in.
Welcome, Coach. It's a good Delta squad.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had probably one of the best individual players we're going to play against all year long, and then we probably had the best collective team we're probably going to play against all year long in the first 2 home openers. So tough night for our guys, but I think I thought they made some great progress last night against South Adams and did some really good things. Today you have to be able to carry some of those things over, and I think when you get in games early, you got to be able to kind of just you got to be able to score enough with them to keep it in distance to where you can kind of keep your mindset into what the game plan is and try to carry that thing as deep as you can. We missed a lot of free throws in the second quarter, which could cut into a lead when the clock stopped and kind of give yourself a little bit, we got a good possession there. We knocked down 2 free throws. We got bucket. We got some points on the board, so it kind of helps your mindset kind of come back on the defensive end of the floor. But Delta's very good against anything. You press them, if you zone them, if you man them. I mean, they're just a very solid team in every phase of the game. And defensively, they're really good. They don't give you anything easy, and you got to work for everything you're going to get. It's just one of those games that you're going to have to grind out long possessions and being willing to make an extra pass, make an extra ball reversal to keep that thing to where, you keep it within striking distance. And today, they kind of got up in us a little bit, kind of forced us to maybe play a little quicker than what we wanted to. And then just our inability to hit some free throws to kind of keep it at bay for a while just kind of struggled. I know there's times where we had it with 14-7, missed 2 free throws. They come down, hit a 3. Now it's 17-7. It's like just little things like that in the big scheme of what's going on in the course of this game when it's 65-30 or whatever it is. I mean, that's something that makes the game go a little bit deeper into your game plan. And if you can stay with that and sustain that a little bit longer, it will help you kind of keep your mindset into what's going on. But, I thought our guys were getting better in certain areas. We really are. And I think our guys, it's hard for kids to understand when you say that to them in a 30-point loss that you did get better today. You just don't know you got better today. And they've got to kind of just stay with that mentality of, I thought we were post-feeding the basketball better than we ever have in the first 2 years I've been here. Zach's doing a great job. Tanner's doing a great job of getting position down there. Our guys are doing a great job of finding them. And those easy baskets in the paints are going to pay off for us later down the road. But, for right now, we're doing some really good things. We're just not maybe getting some capitalization on those things to kind of get that finished product. But we're working in the right direction. And, I like the way our guys' mentality has been in practice, and we're just going to have to keep working to get better.
Let's talk a little bit more about Zach, because Zach kind of had that year off, now coming back to the basketball floor. And it just he looks like, man, a few more touches, he's really going to be able to do some good things inside.
He is. He's getting better and better every day in practice. He's just getting more of a better feel for what's going on. He's posting strong. He's getting the ball where he's got to get it in certain areas. It's just, playing at game speed and being able to finish things off and get that confidence going with you every day. And I think he's coming in the right direction. He's going to be a force for us. But, I think a lot of our guys are doing a really good job. We just get in positions to where at times, sometimes where we think that it's got to be option one. It's got to be option one. And then you turn it over because it's not quite there. Obviously, it's not there against a team like this. They're going to take option one away. You got to go to 2 and 3, and you got to get ball reversal to get it back to the guy that you really want to get it to. And we've just got to be patient enough and then take care of it long enough in order for those things to happen. And right now, we're just not disciplined enough against that kind of a team to get those things done yet. But we are definitely moving in the right direction. I know it sounds crazy to say that if you get beat by 30, but still, I do believe our guys are moving in the right direction. And we've just played, again, like I said, probably one of the best individual guys we're going to play all year and probably one of the best teams we're going to play all year.
There was another possession that Tanner had. I think he was triple teamed underneath, but still had enough strength to get the ball up and down.
Yeah, Tanner's getting stronger and stronger down there, and I think he gets in positions to where he's got to have leverage. He's got to play lower so he can take some hits and kind of be able to go through guys and be able to finish because his length is really, really good. That's obviously his strength, but when you stand straight up and you get knocked off balance and get knocked off the spot that you want to get to, then it's harder to finish. When he sits down low, shows his arms, shows his hands, and gives our guys a target to throw to, he finishes when he's inside. He's probably shooting close to 60% from the field. He does a great job when he's in there. He's just got to make sure he continues to do that and is able to do that for longer periods of time. But I think, the strength factor of that was going to help with him, but he's doing some really good things for us. Everett, he just works his tail off, and our two guards, I think John and Landon are doing a really good job. We've just got to be able to get a little more consistency of scoring from the inside and the out. We got it last night out of John, and then tonight, when you score the way John can score and shoot the way John can shoot, you're going to get the focus of the defense. And then other guys have got to kind of make some plays, and then John's got to make sure he's setting his cuts up, utilizing screens, making sure he's taking good shots, and then the other guys have got to make sure that they're patient enough to make sure that we get him off of a screen and not shoot something early in a possession that doesn't give him an opportunity to catch it. But again, those are things that we're working on constantly in practice and trying to talk and communicate with our guys about what good possessions look like. And I think in the first half last night we played well, and we had the lead and we did some really good things. But in the third quarter we scored 30 because the ball got reversed from one side of the floor to the other side of the floor. Multiple guys touched it before we tried to score, which consequently led to better shots, which consequently made the shots that went in the basket. And again, it's just that whole getting them to understand that, to bring that to the table the next day and to the next day without having to hit reboot on your computer and start the whole thing over the next day. And that's the part where we're at. We've got to kind of retrain them every single day. It was really good yesterday. Remember, we got to kind of carry that into the next day. So, again, it's a long process. I'm not discouraged with our guys. I'm encouraged by our guys, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity to play again next week.
To that point, getting Jonathan early foul trouble, does that make that much more difficult?
Yeah, it makes it difficult because you're in a position to where he's your main offensive threat from the perimeter, and then if you're going to go long stretches without him out there, it's going to be difficult. They're able to pack their defense in. It takes an extra ball handler off the floor. All those kind of things kind of affect that a little bit. It's hard. It's hard when he's not out there, but you kind of let him play through that a little bit today, and he did for a while, and then we were able to get him out a little bit in the second quarter and kind of get Landon back in there. But, I think, we've got to find that next guy that's going to knock down some perimeter jumpers for us. I know Landon hit one in the corner, but on a consistent basis to where we can have a balance of inside and out. It kind of seems like if John's not out there, then it's constantly inside to Zach or inside to Tanner or Everett on a drive or something. We got to get that next guy to be able to knock down some perimeter jumpers to kind of alleviate that pressure of everybody doubling inside on us.
Michael, anything for Coach?
Oh, no, I think you really touched on about everything I was interested in too. So.
Well, I mean, it's a hard thing from my standpoint. Obviously, obviously we want to play better at home, and we've got to play better at home. But man, those two performances that we've had against us from our opponents in our first 2 home games have been tough. But we're going to bounce back and kind of hopefully go down to Monroe Central, put up a very good effort, and then we'll come back in another week then with 2 home games with Southern Wells and Garrett and kind of see what the progress we've made.
All right, Coach. As always, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, let's wrap things up, guys. WellsCountyVoice.com player of the game, and we'll get our votes in. Michael?
I think I could go Zach Cummins. I mean, he really came in, played well inside, played hard, kept control of the ball, got good rebounds, and finished strong.
Marcus? Let me get you potted up here, Marcus.
I mean, I agree with Mike. I think he did an excellent job. And yeah.
Well, I think it's unanimous. Zach Cummins is your WellsCountyVoice.com player of the game. Zach finishes with 8 points. He ties Tanner with the highest point total for the Tigers in this contest. Zach Cummins, WellsCountyVoice.com player of the game. I know, Michael, you always loved winning the WellsCountyVoice.com player of the game. You probably went back and just made sure that you got that nod.
Maybe so. And maybe that's why I gave Zach the nod wearing that number 52 as well.
All right, that's going to do it for us. But tonight, are all 3 of us going to be down there?
I plan
on it. All right, we will be back in action as the girls will take on the Lady Raiders at the Raider Dome. Thank you for joining us here on WellsCountyVoice.com. See you tonight.